Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylla and today I'll tell you 3 ways in which judging kills your joy. Most people would say they aren't particularly judgmental. I certainly didn't think I was. I'm a fairly live and let live type of person, and I have no problem cheering others on in their endeavors and successes. However, there are ways in which judging can kind of creep in through the back door. Suddenly we feel deflated and have no idea how it actually happened. Therefore, your mission today is to learn 3 ways in which judging can kill your joy and how to prevent it from ever happening again. Task number 1 is why being judgmental is bad for you. Now, this may sound obvious. We've all learned that it's nicer to not judge others and to be a good person, so to speak. But none of us is a saint, and we all fall into this trap sometimes. The thing with being judgmental and with judging is that it is never, ever about the other person. It is always about ourselves. So when we judge someone, it is always about something that we are insecure about, it's a place where we have been hurt, where we need to heal something. It says, in general, it always says more about us than about the other person. And this goes especially if we judge ourselves, which is often the harshest judgments that we pass, right? So if you feel yourself getting triggered by something, to getting judgmental, take a deep breath and kind of mentally take a step back and look inside yourself and ask yourself, what is there? Is there something? What hurts? Why am I triggered by this? What lies underneath? What is the actual reason why I'm sort of motivated to judge here, myself or other people? Do you need reassurance? Do you need healing? Do you need attention? By the way, people always say, oh, she's such an attention seeker. There's nothing wrong with seeking attention. I often seek attention. We all need attention. Human beings need attention. If there's something that you need to talk about that needs attention, then find somebody you trust and talk about it. Or just write it down, journal about it. You deserve attention. Your weaknesses deserve attention. Your sore points that you need to heal. And judgment can be wonderful at pointing these out. And then in future, similar things won't bring on that same jumping to a judgment that you were prone to up to then. Task number 2 is learn the 3 ways judging kills your joy. The first I'll call superiority creates loneliness. We all know the saying, it's lonely at the top, right? However, this also goes if you're not actually at the top, but if only in your mind you're superior, because if you judge somebody, you immediately feel superior to them. That is why we judge. And by doing this, you create a separation at a certain distance between yourself and the other person. And loneliness is not something that is conducive to joy. The second reason is you miss the nuances that make life worth living. Once you're in that mind space of judging, you only think in terms of better than or worse than. And you miss all those many things that make life worth living, such as joy, laughter, silliness, connection, doing something with reckless abandon, like pursuing your passion, doing what lights you up, without judging, just being in the flow. I've talked about flow before. All this falls by the wayside when you judge and you focus on the better than or worse than. And the third point is you miss the best of whoever you're judging, whether you judge yourself or somebody else. Once you judge, you're focused on that one thing. And it's usually, when you judge, it's usually something that is a weakness or something that's not particularly good about that person or about yourself. And what you miss is all the many nuances, all the many characteristics and things to know about that person that make this particular person or yourself unique and uniquely lovable. And that obviously is not conducive to joy either. It's also not conducive to connection. So all these 3 points, as you can see, are also interconnected, because that third point also relates back to point number 1, which is you get lonely because you separate yourself from that person. So it's definitely, all in all, to sum up, it's not a good thing to judge, not because it's not morally good or you're not a good person, but because it actually hurts yourself and it hurts your joy. And it is really hard, or I'd say probably impossible, to be joyful and judgmental at the same time. So do the healing work, go there. It might hurt at first, but it's definitely worth doing that work in order to gain more peace of mind and less urge, less desire to judge yourself, to judge and compare yourself and other people. Brings me to task number 3, which is, as usual, let me know. Comment on the video and let me know what you think of this. Do you see yourself as judgmental? Do you sometimes have trouble? If so, when and where? What are your thoughts? What are your observations? I'll reply to every comment, I promise. If you like this video and you'd like more of these types of videos and vlogs and sometimes live, then you can subscribe to the channel. And if you want more, you should consider joining the Wild Spirits community on wildspiritscoaching.com. You can fill in that little form. You'll get 100% spam-free 1 email per week with extra articles and information, recommendations of books and other resources. And sometimes you get exclusive offers that are only for the subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up, or you can Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to the website as well. Thank you for watching.